Now that we have everything loaded up on our auto sampler, we're ready to go ahead and run. So we're going to click on Run. In here, you're going to see 2, maybe 3 selections. You've got Continue Batch, New Batch, and Load Template. Every time you hover over it, you do see that it tells you what's going on. So this continues the batch from the last run. This creates a batch that will not be saved. This is ideal if you're doing single runs. And then Load Template. This creates a template used for repeated batches, ideal if the same samples are run multiple times. That's what we're going to select. We're going to select Load Template, and there should be a GC-FID sample there, and we're going to click on that. And you can see we've got a blank in position 1 and a GC-FID check in position 2. We're running hydrogen gas, so we're going to make sure that it's selected for hydrogen gas. If you're running helium, you can go ahead and select the GC-FID helium, and you see that it does fill down, but we're running hydrogen. We're going to click on Start. It's going to say that we changed stuff. We didn't really change anything, but we're going to click Yes to make sure that we do save that. And you're going to see that the system is now equilibrating. While the system equilibrates, you're going to see that you've got your injection temperature, your FID temperature, and your oven temperature, and you've got a countdown for your stabilization and a live chromatogram feed. Up top, it also tells you that you're equilibrating, and you also have live update of everything here. Now it's going to tell you what's going on. First, we're going to start cleaning out the syringe. Once the syringe is clean, it's going to go into clearing the syringe. What this is going to do is pump your sample through your syringe several times, depending on what your method is, to make sure that it's clean. Then we're going to extract the sample. It's going to do several pumps to make sure that there are no bubbles in the syringe barrel before injecting. And then you see a needle for inject. On the screen, you're going to see several things. So the first thing you're going to see is a reference chromatogram. This was run in-house at Lucidity Systems, and this is what we're going to compare our GC-FID check standard to. Down here, you can click to turn the reference on or off. That's up to you if you want to. So we're going to turn it off for now. Over here, you're going to see your column temperature profile. So we're going to start at about 40 degrees and ramp up. If you do click on the left click button, you can actually see what temperature you're starting at. So 40 degrees, and then you can scroll to see what temperature you should be at. Over here, we're going to see our runtime remaining about 49 minutes. Right now, we've got a play button on the blank in vial 1, and then vial 2 we haven't seen yet, but it's going to tell us that that's what's coming up next. If you have more than that, it's going to tell you every single thing you've got here. We have a stop button in case there's something wrong, and we have an ignite button if you think that your FID flame is out. There's also a help button with help features coming soon. Over here, we can see that we've got our chromatogram coming off. We can do several things. You can zoom by using the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. If you click and hold on the scroll wheel, you can create a box that you can zoom in to that size. If you double click on the scroll wheel, it will zoom out. If you use the axes, so say you want to zoom in on a particular time, you can do that. Again, double click, and then on your y-axis you can do the same thing. You can zoom in and out. So we're going to pause here, and we'll come back when we have some results. Now that we've got one of our peaks to come off, you can see that here we've got our solvent peak, and here we have one of our peaks, so we can zoom in around it. There it is, nice and sharp. You can see that you can go from the bottom to the top to see how tall it is. You can look from side to side to see about how wide it is. And we're going to take a look at that after the fact. Once our run is completely done, we're going to see what it all looks like. Once your run is complete, you'll see that we've got 3 peaks here, and we can zoom in on those, and they look really good. You can see up here it tells us that we are cooling. So it tells us what's going on in the system. We can actually back out of here. It brings us to the main page, and we can start to look at results. So we're going to click on results. We're going to click on our GC-FID test mix that we just ran, and you can see that it found 2 of them. It's missing this one here. That's easy enough to do. We're going to click on the add peak. We're going to drag from left to right, and we're going to hit accept. You can see that it now knows that that was a C14 because it's in the right place. We're going to adjust that just a little bit, make sure that we've got a good chromatogram there. So again, we're going to click home. 3 peaks, looking good. We're going to click on this compare button. This compare button is going to tell us if this passed or not. And you can see that, yes, indeed, it did pass. So this system is running properly, and we're good to go.